Howdy howdy to my bye-bye video. I wasn't sure whether I should say howdy howdy or bye-bye, but since you're already seeing the title of this, I think the thumbnail I'm going to use says bye-bye Texas 2021. Well, it should say bye-bye Fort Worth 2021. Maybe that's what I'll put on it. I haven't made it yet. Sometimes I make them before I make the video, sometimes I make them after. I have the picture taken from earlier today that I'm going to use, the last sunset I will see in Fort Worth in 2021. That was right after I got the car, finished packing the car for the road trip I'm going to start on tomorrow. At Thanksgiving, why do I keep saying Thanksgiving? That's coming up. Halloween, October 31st, I was out at my friend B's house. That's B-E-A, not B, the letter B. And we discussed me riding back to Virginia with her for the holidays. There's been a lot that's happened between October and now, but we're back to the original plan that I'll probably be riding with her. And we're planning to leave Monday morning. And since Tyler is about 2.5 hours from Fort Worth, I will be going to her house tomorrow night. Sorry, I had shrimp cargo for dinner and it is kind of talking back because it was only a couple hours ago, even though it's like midnight now. But yeah, it's been a kind of interesting week, a kind of busy week. But we're moving along, so go team. CP59 Fit is finishing the year strong. I was looking up right when I went to shave, and I've learned that I don't want to be unshaven in these because the cameras are so good now. You can see all the stubble. So took a shower and shaved here right at midnight on Saturday night. I think it must be November 21st because I think I'm going to Tyler on the 22nd. It might be the 20th, I don't know. But I don't have the calendars in the other room and I don't want to go look at it. But I did kind of Google this channel. It says I have 59 videos posted. So this will be video 60. We'll have our 1-year anniversary on November 30th. And the goal was to be consistent and have one video a week put up at the end of the year. But knowing that I need 100 before it's really going to gain momentum. So to be at 60, 10 days before, whatever it is, approximately 10 days before the 1-year anniversary, that means I'm ahead of schedule, which is good. But there were those times I tried one a day and found that that's a lot of work. But being on the road, and since I'm going to be a passenger, I may be able to film some stuff on the road. And once I get to my parents, I know I told you in a previous video that I'd hope to have some done in advance, but you know, I didn't plan on getting shingles this week. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in a minute too, but that kind of has slowed me down, wiped me out. So I don't have any videos in the can. So we may transition a little bit for the next 6 weeks when I'm going to be out of town. And I may try to put a video up every night based on whatever I do that day. It might just be a book report. It may be, oh, I went to a museum. Oh, I went to see a new baby grandniece or something. But I don't think my parents are going to want to be in videos a whole lot. My brother and sister might be. But I'm going to be in lots of places. So there'll probably be a lot of interesting stuff. So it'll be a little bit different than my traditional eat this, don't eat this, you know, weight loss kind of videos. It will still be about health because enjoying time with the family is a big part of mental health, physical health, I guess what they call it, psychological health. That can go either way with some families. Fortunately, mine is pretty stable, and I have a lot of friends from way, way back, like high school that I haven't seen, or college that I haven't seen in years. So I'll be catching up with some of them. But I will actually get on the road tomorrow towards B's house, who is in Tyler. We'll spend the night there, and when we're ready, Monday or Tuesday, we'll get on the road to Virginia. If I didn't already say it in this clip, I had to erase the first one because I wanted y'all to see my shirt because I'm wearing a different one that I'm not taking with me. It says Camp Puawani. That's a friend's camp. He was one of the students at TCU when I was a photographer there. But I'd stopped the earlier video and tilted the camera then, but then you couldn't see Sunny in the Capitol. So I thought, well, I got the camera set up so you could see the pictures, and now I turned it down so you could see half the shirt, and Now you can't see the picture, so instead of trying to go back and edit it later on the computer, because I want to be able to just upload one that's straight, since it's so late at night, that I just erased it. So if I didn't tell you, BEA is her name, short for Beatrice, but she doesn't go by the letter B. It's the word B, BEA, like I guess like B Taylor. I mean, B Aunt B on Andy. Was that Andy Taylor? Andy Griffith's show. But a longtime friend. When I was there at Halloween, we discussed writing together, and I may have just discussed this, so forgive me if I did. I'm on steroids and antiviral, so I think I am having a little bit of cognitive decline this week. But that doesn't change that I got information I want to share with you, and hopefully it'll be of some benefit to you. But we'll get on the road Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we're rested up and safe to drive. And there's also a storm coming across the eastern half of the U.S., maybe Canada too. But it looks like whenever we leave, we'll be right behind that. And I hope we stay behind it. And I hope it doesn't dump snow as it goes along, just rain, so it can be dried up by the time we get there. Let me tell you about some new things I got this week. I got a new clamp. You can't see that. I should have got one of the other ones, but it's a whole lot sturdier than the old one, so my camera won't go flying off when the screw falls out of a little cheapo plastic. But then I was at Winco Supermarket, and I saw this thing. It's called a selfie light. See, you turn it on, and it got 3 levels of brightness, and it's got a clamp you put on your phone. So I'm going to be using this on the road because I don't want to take the big one that you plug into the laptop. I will be taking the laptop. Everything else is in the car at this point, except for the laptop bag, which has all my extra camera equipment and stuff for making the videos, and my backpack, which has quite a few books. So that's why I say if I make a daily video, it may just be about my reading for the day. I've got Courage is Calling, I've got Essentialism, I've got Gap in the Gain, and I'm not sure. I got at least 4 or 5 in there, so I'll have plenty of reading, and they're not all that I haven't read. You know, some of them I'm 2/3 through already, so. But I want to fish them up. I can't have 5 or 6 books halfway read and then try to share the information about them. So anyway, I was thinking of getting rid of these pictures as I was minimalizing, but that is Sonny Burgess, a CMA recording artist, and you can probably see his autograph right in the corner. I thought we were going to auction it off, so I signed the back since I was the photographer. And then this is the Texas Capitol that I took. It's very similar to the U.S. Capitol. It even has the little Lady Liberty or Lady Freedom or whatever it is on top, but it's made out of red sandstone instead of the limestone that the U.S. Capitol is. But I think our peak is a little bit taller. Of course, you know, Texas has to claim everything's bigger in Texas. So I'm leaving tomorrow. It's probably going to take me till Thanksgiving, which is Thursday. It is Saturday night now. We're talking about Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, maybe Thursday on the road. So I'm setting out on a 4 or 5 day road trip with lots of stops along the way. We don't want to drive after dark, and it's getting dark about 5:30 now. So it'll probably be an early morning, maybe an 8-hour drive each day. And it's 1,200 and some miles from here to my parents' house. Of course, I'll only go 100 miles to Bees the first night. And then I'm thinking, if I'm looking at the map right, we'll probably make it to close to Birmingham on Monday night, probably into Roanoke, Virginia, or that area, maybe Blacksburg or Christiansburg. My alumni, my alma mater, I guess is what you can. I'm an alumni from Virginia Tech, which is in Blacksburg, but Christiansburg is the one on the highway. Then you get to Salem, then you get to Roanoke. That's about 8 hours from Birmingham. And then on the third night, it'll probably only be a 4-hour drive up to the farm in West Virginia. And B wants me to see the farm before we make a decision if I'm going to actually move there when I end my lease here in February. I'm actually gotten kind of excited about that. I'm hoping that it works out. I also have the security company opportunity. I'm going to meet with that lady at some point in the next 6 weeks. I enjoyed the phone call with her. I think we think a lot alike. I also think B and I think a lot alike. But I'll be bringing you more details on that in the future. I showed you the light. I told you I got 3 of those clamps because I was hoping to have 3 phones going at the same time so I could do different angles. And that might, I have 3 old phones, or I have 2 old phones in the new one. But since I'm going to be on the road, I'm actually taking my professional camera also. So I might film some stuff on that, and then I can put it on the computer and splice it into whatever I film on the phone. So it's exciting. You might see some interesting things I haven't done in the past. But let's talk about the nitty-gritty right now. I think I made a video about the rash and telling you that it was shingles, even though I've had both doses of the shingles vaccine. So I'm on a antiviral anti-herpes pill and a steroid. So that's kind of knocked me off of the eating plan this week, but I also told you I was going more to animal-based than strict carnivore. What's the difference, you ask? Carnivore is almost entirely meat, animal products. Animal-based is also, it's almost entirely animal products. But you have a little more leeway to add some carbs in, so that's definitely going to be the plan because the steroids raise your blood sugar. So I told the Verta people I just wasn't even going to take my blood sugar this week because it's not an accurate reading for their lab work. And I've got more strips and lancets and pads and all being shipped to my parents' house, so they should be there by the time I get there Thursday. I have enough for the road if I choose to take it. But that gives me a little bit more eating flexibility. In fact, one of the side effects listed on the medicine sheet was that you could get a puffy face or shoulders or something, so y'all can be the judge if you think I'm gaining weight. I was already gaining a little weight from the surgery, but I was planning to have already been back into high intensity training. Not back into like I ever started. I was planning on starting high intensity training by Dr. McGuff's system. Once I was out 4 weeks from the surgery, about 4 weeks out from the surgery, I started getting the rash, and it's been 2 weeks now that I've had it. But it is in remission, even though I kind of look like a leper, had spots on my body. Shingles is not fun, but I didn't have a bad case of it. These pills make you very dry also, so I'm trying to drink a lot of water. And it's harder. I finally turned the AC on to make this video. I'd had it off all day. It's only 55 outside, but for some reason it's 80 degrees in here. I'd had the screen door open and all that, the windows earlier. But I said, no, for the video, I'm going to splurge. But the pus has dried up. The wounds have scabbed over and are kind of flaking off at this point. So the spreading, I call it in retreat at this point. I guess you could use remission. But it's all good. I should be completely over it by the time we hit the Virginia state line. I will be out of pills by then, so hopefully I'm over it. I don't consider myself contagious at this point, which the only person I could be contagious to is somebody that either hasn't had the chickenpox or didn't get the chickenpox vaccine, which apparently has come along since I had it, 40 some years ago? But anyway, a lot of people had chickenpox when I was young, and I guess they still do, or maybe this vaccine. Hopefully the chickenpox vaccine works better than the shingles vaccine. But if you're still here, let's talk about the channel a little bit in general terms. If this is video number 60, I only have 40 more to get to 100, and there's more than 40 days to the end of the year, and I will be kind of on vacation, visiting family. My plan was not to make a video every day when I'm with them. In fact, it was to make very few. But I might be able to get something quick up each night in an attempt to be at that 100 by the end of the year, because 100 videos is a very important number on YouTube, as is 100 subscribers. And hello and welcome to the new subscribers. If you don't know who I am, I'm Chip, the channel CP59Fit. I talk about everything unconventional healthy living strategies. The next few videos will probably be more along the lines of chilling with Chip. So one thing I get to do when I get 100 subscribers is I get to get a URL with a channel title in it. So if you'd be so kind in the comments or on my Facebook or Instagram page, which are also titled CP59Fit, tell me if I should pick that URL to say CP59 youtube.com/ or whatever it is, CP59Fit, or if it have the backslash and then chillin' with Chip. Which one is easier to remember? Which one am I more known by at this point? But some of my mentors have said, if you're going to make mistakes on the channel, make them when you're small. So I may try this daily thing again, at least while we're on the road. That'll be 4 or 5 days. See how it goes, late at night, working out, editing it before I go to bed and that kind of stuff. And then see if I can get to 100 by the end of the year. That's not a promise, but it's a possibility. I don't want to wear y'all out, but some people have told me that a travel vlog would be more interesting than what I talk about. So maybe some people that don't follow me will follow me. I hope I don't lose any of you that already are. But let me know what you think would best fit this channel, CP59Fit or Chillin' with Chip. And then once I hit the 100, which is only 12 away at this point, you might want to give me a Christmas present, an early Christmas present, and open another Gmail account and then subscribe again. But that's just going to cut down on the watch time per subscriber. And I think watch time per subscriber is much more important than the subscribers. But if you look in that corner, you'll see a red, white, and blue dot. How do you make this thing look straight? There we go. That has my photography company symbol. And if you haven't subscribed, you can click that. You can hit the, it'd be a big help if you hit the notification buttons, because then it'll tell you every time I put one up. And the more people that watch it right after I put it up, and the more people that click on that notification to go to it, the more the artificial intelligence at YouTube likes me. They call it the algorithm. The algorithm is artificial intelligence, and it's hard to trick, and we don't want to trick it. We just want to click on the link when it gets emailed to you or texted to you, comes up on that little notice on your phone, and click on it. That helps what they call the click-through rate. That means people are watching it because they want to see me. So then they think, oh, well, other people want to watch it because these people wanted to watch it, so they push it out to more people. So let's get bigger while I'm experimenting, and then we can get down to the nitty-gritty when I learn exactly what people want. I think I know what the people here want now, and I want to try to keep it that way. But I'm not going to be quite as on the health types of topics I was on the previous year, because I've never had the opportunity to have a 6-week road trip when I was working. So I think that in itself is healthy. I mean, you can see it's midnight and I'm not worn out. I've had a fairly restful week, because between taking Benadryl, which makes me sleepy, and the antiviral, which makes the itching stop, I've been able to fall asleep better. And I've had less to do other than what I had to do. In fact, I will tell you, I've had 3 big threes for the year, the quarters, and the week, and then the day. That kind of keeps you focused. Today, one of my big 3 for the day was, but I canceled it last night, was to have a yard, or to participate in the yard sale at our complex. Because number 3, big 3 for the year, was to have the apartment minimalized. But let me tell you 1 and 2. 1 is my health, and number 2 is this YouTube channel. So I was thinking as I was getting ready for the day, today, last night, I was doing my evening routine about, was the yard sale a lesser goal? Should I eliminate that time and make sure I get the car packed, make sure I get the video done, make sure I'm not stressed, because the stress is kind of what brought on the shingles in a roundabout way. It lowered my immune system, which allowed them to sneak out. I mean, stress doesn't actually cause shingles, but it does allow it to happen in some roundabout way. So the number one goal this week was to lower the stress, to lower the cortisol, so it didn't sneak out anymore because I'm trying to shove it back in with the pills, keep it locked in that little spinal column or wherever it has been hiding the last 40 years. But the stress from work the last month wore me down enough that it allowed it to sneak out. And as my friend Dr. Oden says, she's a doctor of public health, a professor of public health, said just because you got the cortisol back down doesn't mean that the results aren't still going to happen. So I guess my shingles is a result of my stress that I wasn't able to keep under control for the last month or so at work, which is why I separated from work and why I now have time to go have a happy holiday. And I want to wish all of y'all a happy holiday, but I do hope you'll see me again on here before then. So anyway, I now have the psychological flexibility to say, yes, I would have liked to have sold some stuff. Yes, I would have liked to have the extra little bit of money on the trip, but I said no because it's not going to help my health. It's not going to help the channel. And I've got January and February when I get back here before the lease expires to get rid of everything in here. And maybe I can take pictures of them and sell them on the neighborhood side or something. I don't have to haul it all down to the parking lot and then haul it all back up. It didn't sell while I'm trying to pack the car, while I'm trying to get my kitchen cleaned out so I don't have to throw away food. I still have a little bit I got to get in the freezer or take with me. But that'll all be done soon, and I have gone way too long here. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'm glad you're here. If you listen to the end, say hello down there and tell me which picture you like better. The Texas Capitol or Sonny Burgess CMA recording star. And if you want one of them, let me know, because by the end of February, they will be gone too. I don't want to throw my artwork into the dumpster. And I don't really want to give it to Goodwill, even though that's a better choice than the dumpster. It's just more of a hassle to get it over there. The dumpster's right out the window here, not just down by the car. But anyway, if you want one and you're semi-local and can pick it up or I can get it to you, I'll be glad to give it to you. I have Rick Perry too, and no, I think he may already hit the dumpster. Sorry, Rick, but I had to clean out something at some point. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Be blessed.